Hello and welcome back into North Penn Television here on Comcast Cable Channel 28, Verizon Cable Channel 29, as we are just about to go underway between the Bucks and the Knights. CB West versus North Penn here out on the turf field. Once again, thank you for tuning back in. We hope you enjoyed our pregame show as we welcome the 3-0 Bucks against the 0-2 Knights. And to start this off, we're going to have Bree O'Donnell for the Knights in the face-off versus number 9 for the Bucks, actually Megan Daniels. Scratch that Taylor Massam versus Bree O'Donnell as we get ready for the face-off to commence the game between the Bucks and the Knights. And the Bucks are going to start out with possession as they float around midfield. It's going to be number 15, Dundas, passing up along the far side, intercepted by the Knights, and they're going to look to go the other way and immediately turn over, but a whistle blown, and North Penn's going to receive possession. Kelly passing along the far side as they float around the out-of-bounds marker. They're going to pass it up. And stolen by the Bucks, and Bree O'Donnell pokes it free. The Knights gain possession once again over to Crawford as she sprints up the far sideline, looking to pass back to O'Donnell. She's going to have to turn around, and now the Bucks are going to regain possession after the whistle with 29:20 left in the opening half. It's going to be number 28, Miller Russo, along the far sideline to commence play once again for the Bucks. Intercepted by the Knights, and the Bucks take it right back over. Gets around the defender around midfield, and that's where Kelly applies the pressure, but a whistle blown, and the Bucks will continue with possession as we are now just under 29 minutes left to play in the opening half. Our goalies for tonight, Anissa Gardisi for North Penn and Peyton Fisher for the Bucks. It's going to be number 17, Lindsey Thompson, turning it over for the Bucks and cleared out by North Penn. Back into Bucks territory for Miller Russo to regather, but Crawford steals it, and she's looking to go up into the slot. She gets there, and that's where they're going to be pushed back and appears to have a penalty shot for the Knights. Correction, that's going to be a turnover by the Knights, and the Bucks will regain possession here with 28:08 left in the first half. And that one's going to roll out of play. North Penn's going to pick up possession here. Megan Daniels is going to resume play for the Knights. Passed over to Kelly Pickford. They're going to battle back and forth along the near sideline. Pickford gains some ground and passes it off to number 7. That's going to be Barrow. Mara moves towards the side, takes a shot, and saved by Fisher. He's going to go to the far corner and regathered by Crawford and the Knights. Nifty work along the outside edge, and that's a whistle is going to turn over possession, and the Bucks will regather once again. Alatonda passing it up, but intercepted by the Knights by Faye as she works along the near sideline. Poke checked free, but Pickford is there to regather, and she loses it to the Knights. That's going to be number 9, Massam. And the Bucks will continue with possession. Massam passing towards the slot, intercepted by the Knights, and the Knights look to regather. Appears to be Fisher there for the Knights. Rachel Fisher, the senior here, working along the defense on number 25, Alatonda. And it's going to be a free shot for the Bucks with 26:33 left in the first half. Passes it. And into the slot, they work towards the net. Takes a shot on goal. And a goal line save by the Knights. That was number 27, Rachel Fisher. Huge defensive play for the Knights as it slipped by Gardisi, but Rachel Fisher stood her ground and made a goal line save to keep this game tied at 0. And now North Penn's going to restart with possession. An air-lifted pass intercepted by the Bucks. And the Bucks will continue with possession here. It's going to be number 2, Emma Schuss. Intercepted by Pickford along the near sideline. And the Knights are going to continue with possession after the whistle. That was Megan Daniels starting play for the Knights, but the Bucks take it back immediately, and Erica Kelly with strong defense takes over for North Penn as they look to continue upfield. Takes a long pass, but intercepted by the Bucks, and Kelly gets it right back. Another intercepted pass by the Bucks, and the Bucks look to move upfield. 25-22 left in the first half as the Bucks have the momentum gaining up. Poke checked free by the Knights, going to go over to number 15, Dudas. Takes the shot, and it just rolls wide of the net and out of place. North Penn will start possession with just under 25 minutes left in the first half. Daniels' pass is nearly intercepted, regathered by the Knights. Now they bobble for it, and it looks like the Bucks are going to come away with it. And that's going to be right wide for the Bucks. Poke checked free by Pickford, and the Knights are going to move the other way. That's going to be number 7, Michaela Barrow. Does a turnaround move and a pass to the far side. Appears to be Emily Crawford getting the pass near the far corner. And it's going to go out of play, and the Bucks are going to take over possession here with 24-13. And no score yet on the scoreboard. And so the Bucks resume play here. Quick whistle, and the Bucks will continue with possession. Shots on goal so far. North Penn has yet to strike, and the Bucks have one shot. Evenly matched contest so far. The Bucks are going to continue with possession here. And taken by Kelly Pickford, and her pass is intercepted. And they're just going to throw it right out of bounds. So North Penn's going to take over possession here along the far sideline. It appears to be Morgan Reese to resume play for the Knights. And the Bucks take it away and are starting to move the other way. And after the whistle, the Bucks will continue with possession. Quick pass downfield. They slip behind the defender. It's going to be a 2-on-1 if the Bucks can get there and hurry, but tight defense by Rachel Fisher. Blocks the shot, and Gardizzi leaves the crease and kicks it out of play. A good defensive play by Gardizzi and Fisher to keep this game with a tied score of 0-0. Let's now resume play with the Bucks passing it in. Quick shot on goal, and it's going to go in. That was number 9 for the Bucks, Taylor Massam, with her first goal of the contest to break this game. The 1-0 score with 22:30 left in the first half. So now North Penn's going to start possession after the goal was scored. It's going to be O'Donnell passing over to Barrow. Barrow's going to travel into the near side corner. Does this turnaround move. Nearly poke check free. Leaves it off for Pickford. And she's going to put a shot on net. It is blocked by the defense and cleared out of bounds by the Bucks. So North Penn's going to continue with possession. Pickford's going to pick it up with just about 22 minutes left on the clock. Still 1-0, the Bucks lead. Pickford's pass to Kelly. And North Penn's going to continue with possession. Kelly over to Pickford. It's going to go out of bounds, and the Bucks will take over with 21:45 left in the first half. And North Penn's going to take over here as it went out of bounds off the Bucks. That was off of Shoes. Pickford passes it in. Quick pass over to Kelly. Passing into the slot. Number 16, that's Reese. And the Bucks are going to take it away after the whistle. Long pass downfield, but Kelly takes it away for the Knights, looking to turn around and gain some momentum. But she loses it along the far sideline. The Bucks continue play, floating around 21 minutes left in the half as North Penn takes it away and then stumbles, and the Bucks are going to regather. And North Penn's going to take back over in this evenly matched game between the Bucks and the Knights. O'Donnell's going to hit it in. And North Penn will continue possession here. 20:38 left on the clock. It's going to be Kelly passing over to Pickford. Getting by the defender. She's going to slip into the slot. Pass to the slot. O'Donnell has it. Takes a shot. And saved by the goaltender Fisher for the Bucks. A good scoring chance there for the Knights, but they cannot connect as Fisher stood her ground and kept the Bucks with a 1-0 lead, and that pass is going to be intercepted by number 8, Megan Daniels for the Knights. She's going to pass it over to Pickford. Pickford slips through the defense as she moves forward. Try a pass, it's deflected. She's going to continue with it, and now passes up. Looks like the pass was intended for number 23. That's going to be Julia Scanlon. She's going to send it towards the slot for O'Donnell, and Fisher comes out of her crease to make the stop on O'Donnell. And now North Penn's going to get a free shot with 19:30 left in the opening half. So O'Donnell's going to start it out for the Knights. Pass out to Barrow. And it looks like it was saved by Fisher. And the Bucks will resume play with 19 minutes left in the first half. Pass quickly intercepted by Barrow. And Reichwein's going to take it away for the Bucks. And the Bucks will continue possession. Still 1-0 Bucks lead. 18:35 left. A floating pass gets over the intended receiver. That's going to be Alatonda. And Megan Daniels takes it away for the Knights. Fans on the pass. Gets it back and slips it up to Pickford along the near sideline. And she's going to send it into the corner for Michaela Barrow. And it's just out of her reach. And the Bucks will take over here with 18:15 left. And Murray's going to pass it up to number 33. That's going to be Fitzgerald. Stolen by the Knights. And Fitzgerald takes it right back and passing upfield to Massam. She already has 1 goal in this game. Slips around the North Penn defender. And they have numbers if they can hurry. And it's going to be broken up by the Knights. And the Knights are even going to take over possession with an incredible defensive play by Lauren Fahey, the senior here at North Penn. Correction, Bucks are going to continue play. And Fitzgerald's going to turn it over to Fahey, and she's going to dump it down to number 10. That's Crawford moving up midfield over to O'Donnell. And O'Donnell has a 2-on-1. Or really, the Bucks have a 2-on-1 as O'Donnell turns it over in the far corner. She's going to take it back and try to slip it into the slot. And there's not a receiver there for the Knights. Pickford's going to pick it up along the near side corner. Stolen by the Bucks, and they're going to look to move up the near side. And Bucks are going to continue play here after the whistle. Stolen there by the Knights. Daniels takes it away from out of town. A quick tic-tac-toe pass for the Knights as they hit Daniels along the near side. Daniels double team there, gets it over into the slot. Quick pass over to O'Donnell. Stolen by the Bucks, but Pickford picks it up for the Knights as she's going to deflect it out of bounds, and the Bucks are going to pick up play. And she's going to turn it over to Daniels, passing over to Kelly. And Kelly's going to lose it to Massam, the only goal scorer in this contest so far. 16:20 left in the first half in the back and forth action here on the turf field. Now the Bucks are going to get a free shot. It's going to be number 33, Leo Fitzgerald, who's going to pass it in for the Bucks. And Fitzgerald passes to Massam. Massam takes the shot. And it's going to be deflected and stolen by the Knights, but taken right back by the Bucks as they have a lot of offensive pressure brewing for them right now. And they're going to have another free shot here with 15:38.
All right, let's go, Wes!
It's going to be Fitzgerald passing it in once again. Quick shot, looking for the deflection, but just wide. And a good defensive effort by Daniels, but once again, another free shot's going to be called against the Knights. Approaching the 15-minute mark left in the first half. Now it's going to be Massam passing it in for the Bucks. Quick shot deflected by Massam, and it's under Gardesi. She can't seem to find it. And once again, another free shot's going to be called, looking for a deflection out in front. And 2/3 of the play was connected. They just could not hammer it home to strike an early 2-0 lead. But nonetheless, they have another free shot coming up. Massam's going to pass it in again. Looks like the same play type. Pass is deflected. Massam's going to group. Got to gather possession, and Gardesi kicks it out to the corner. Her third save of the contest. The Bucks take it right back over. They move towards the slot. Quick pass over to Fitzgerald. And the Bucks are going to continue with possession. Fitzgerald passing over to the corner. Deflected by the Knights. And now another free shot coming up for the Bucks. Fitzgerald passing it in for the Bucks. Quick shot, and it catches someone up high after deflection by Gardesi. Hopefully everyone's all right. But yet again, another free shot here for the Bucks. We heard Coach McCracken talk about the young defense in the pregame, and they're facing a lot of heavy pressure by the Bucks. As another pass in from Fitzgerald over to Massam. Another shot, and Gardesi comes out of her crease to make the save. And it's going to be turned over by the Bucks. That's Gardesi's 5th save. Almost got caught there, leaving the net. But the defense came up for Gardesi and made a big stop and ended up taking possession here as we had a timeout called by the Knights. So as we heard by Coach McCracken in the pregame, they have a young defensive core, but once they get to gel, they will be just fine. And now let's run through the lineups for the Knights. I'm going to start with Bree O'Donnell with the forwards, Michaela Barrow, followed by Megan Daniels, Emily Crawford, and Morgan Reese. Kelly Pickford and Julia Scannon, they are all your forwards and midfielders. And your defense includes Rachel Fisher, Lauren Fay, and Erica Kelly. And of course, Anissa Gardesi is the goaltender here for the Knights. So the three starters on defense, Rachel Fisher, Lauren Fay, and Erica Kelly, they're all seniors. But a lot of the varsity defenders on the roster are younger, and it's the first year playing as a varsity member. So although they do have quite a few returning varsity members, starters, they do have some young people on the varsity roster. And once they can get it going, they're going to have a good season and a good team to finish out the season here for North Penn. So now Kelly's going to start it off for North Penn. Pass intended for Crawford, intercepted by the Bucks. Poke checked free by Crawford, but regathered by number 28 for the Bucks. And stolen by the Knights over to Pickford along the near sideline, passing it up to Daniels and poked free by Thompson. And now the Bucks are going to resume play. Thompson passing over to Reichwein. Scratch that, Fitzgerald poked free by the Knights and passing up to O'Donnell. O'Donnell has a breakaway, a fast defender approaching, and Fisher comes out of the net to make the diving save. And O'Donnell tries a bacon shot from the side of the net, but she hits the post and it rolls wide with 12:15 left in the first half. And so with the possession going out of play, the Bucks will restart. Passing along the near side, taken away by Daniels with a great defensive play. Poke checks it free. And they're going to turn it over to the Bucks. Immediately stolen by the Knights. And after the whistle, the Knights will take possession back over. Pickford's going to resume play with 11:35 left in the first half. Now they're going to turn it back over to the Bucks after the whistle. It's going to be Fitzgerald passing over to number 25, Alatonda, and hit out of play. And the Bucks will continue with possession. Alatonda, Pickford takes it away from Alatonda. And North Penn's going to continue with possession, missing the pass over to Barrow along the near sideline. It's going to roll out of play, and the Bucks will retake possession. Now Knights double teaming the Bucks, nearly taken away by Pickford, but Daniels comes up with it. And now taken away by the Bucks after the whistle. Massam moving up court, upfield. Poke checked free, but Massam recovers a side stick pass over to number 15, Dundas. She's going to turn back to Massam. And a no-look pass over number 25 in the slot, takes the shot, and it's deflected wide. That was Alatonda with the shot. And a great defensive play by the Knights to kick it wide and out of play. And Fitzgerald moves forward for the Bucks, stolen by the Knights, but turned over to Alatonda. And Gardizzi comes out of the crease to make the save. 6th save of the night as Pickford heads upfield to Daniels. And it's going to roll out of play, but North Penn's going to continue with possession up to scratch that, Barrow. And she's going to continue with possession. Tight defense by Murray for the Bucks, but Pickford picks up for the Knights. Stolen by the Bucks, but Barrow takes it right back. Nifty stick work there to get around the defender. She's going to try to cut through the slot, and North Penn's going to continue with possession. Barrow's going to be passing it towards the slot to O'Donnell. And North Penn's going to continue with possession. It looks like it will be a free shot here for the Knights with 9:10 left in the opening half. The Bucks still lead 1-0. It's going to be O'Donnell passing it in for the Knights. Passing it over to Michaela Broadway. And they score off the deflection. Looks like that was Crawford who gets the goal for the Knights. Correction number 16, Morgan Reese. That's going to tie this game up at 1-1 with 8:43 left in the opening half. So now all the hard work that North Penn has put in has finally paid off as they have something to show for it on the scoreboard, courtesy of Morgan Reese. And the Bucks are going to take possession with Reichwein moving up field momentarily. And Reichwein's going to lob it down, hits her own player. And North Penn's going to take it over. Kelly fans on the pass, but Pickford picks it up. And North Penn's going to continue with possession. It's going to be number 1, Varilla, over to Pickford. Scratch that, O'Donnell. O'Donnell fans on the shot. And that's going to turn possession back over to the Bucks. And a great play by Fisher to give North Penn possession once again. Varilla is going to take it over for the Knights. They're actually going to pass that over to Kelly, who will resume action here for the Knights. Over to Reese along the far sideline. And Reese passing along the far sideline. It looks like that's number 31 for the Knights. That'll be Christensen. And now Fisher is going to resume play for the Knights. A lob pass down the far sideline. Pass into the slot for O'Donnell. O'Donnell trying to get around the defender. Takes the shot. And it's going to be deflected by her own teammate. Looks like that's Daniels in the slot. And back out to Kelly. Kelly has a defender. Gets around her. Takes the shot. It's going to be blocked by a defender. And North Penn picks it back up. And they're going to get a free shot here with 6:50 left in the first half. And so O'Donnell's going to resume play for the Knights. She's going to pass it out. Takes the shot and kick save by Fisher. Kelly gets this rebound. And another save by Fisher. And North Penn's going to get another free shot here with 6:15 left in the first half. Score still tied at 1-1. And so once again, O'Donnell is going to be passing out for the Knights over to Barrow. Barrow takes a shot, deflected down by Fitzgerald. Correction, Reichwein. And she's going to continue play here for the Bucks. Nearly stolen by the Knights. And Reese and Massam have a race to the ball. Massam pokes it free. And it's going to go out of bounds. So Reese is going to resume play for the Knights. 5:30 left in the first half. Score still tied at 1-1. Now North Penn moving back upfield. It looks like it's going to be Scanlon passing into the slot for O'Donnell. Scratch that, Barrow. And now the Bucks are going to retake possession. Passing it up to number 6. That's going to be Julia Bunch. Double teamed by the Knights. They're going to continue with possession. Bunch passing over to Massam along the far side. Massam moving forward. Tight defense by Faye. Nearly forces a turnover, but forces Bunch to move back, and Fitzgerald is going to regather, takes the shot, and it's going to go out of bounds. So North Penn will take over with 4:45 left in the first half. Over to Varilla along the near sideline. Daniels is going to take it away and poke checked out of bounds. And now they're going to call it CB West possession as Verilla takes it away from the Bucks, looking to move upfield. She's a defender on her back, gets around one, and that's where the Bucks take over around midfield. Pass right into Erica Kelly's area, and she's going to dump it back down to midfield, where the Bucks have to regather with Reichwein. Tight pressure by Lampatok for the Knights, and now they finally get it past the midfield and nearly out of bounds. And it does go out of bounds. North Penn will take over possession here with 3:50 left in the first half. Now pass up to Lampatok. And North Penn's going to continue with possession. 3:35 left on the clock. It's going to be Reese who's going to pass it out for the Knights. Over to Lampatok. And North Penn's going to continue with possession here. Reese has it for the Knights. They're going to send it into the slot. Misses the pass, and the Bucks are going to take over, approaching the 3-minute mark. As O'Donnell takes it away, passing up to Barrow. Gets around her defender. Takes the shot, and it's deflected and cleared out of bounds by the Bucks. North Penn will continue with possession. Looks like it's going to be Daniels with passing it in for the Knights. And Daniels loses it to the Bucks. And that's going to be Massa moving upfield. 2:30 left, and she's just going to dump it down. And Daniels is the closest girl on the court to it, passing up to Verilla, stolen by the Bucks, and Kelly can't take it back. As tough work by Alatonda, gets it into the slot, and now Kelly finally comes up with it, but the whistle is blown, and the Bucks are going to retake possession. We're approaching 2 minutes now on the clock. Passing over to number 17, Thompson, and the pass goes out of bounds, and North Penn's going to take over with Megan Daniels doing the honors. She skies a pass, deflected, and O'Donnell's going to end up with it. Her pass is intercepted by the Bucks. Dundas moving upfield now. Pass intended for Massam, and North Penn's now going to take over with just about 1:30 left. Now moving up the far sideline, they dump it down. Turned over, and the Bucks are going to retake it, moving along the far sideline. Quick pass as they approach midfield, and a great read by Fisher. And North Penn's going to continue with possession here. Looks like it's Kelly passing it in for the Knights. Kelly's going to pass it back to her defender, Faye. She's going to send it up court, tipped by Crawford. And the Bucks are going to regain possession. It's going to be Alatana moving forward for the Knights. Passing over to the corner to number 6. That's going to be Julia Bunch. Just headed towards the slot for Massam. Defended by Faye. And Kelly breaks up the play. A swap pass by Massam. And the Bucks are going to continue play. Massam has it. And now it's going to be turned over to North Penn. Correction, they're repositioning it for Alatonda to pass it in to Bunch. Gardesi comes out of this crease to make a sliding save, and North Penn's going to take it over here with 15 seconds left. Daniels passing up to Barrow. Barrow's going to do a touch pass over to Verilla, passing up to O'Donnell, and taken by the Bucks. 5 seconds left. They're going to clear it down, and Kelly gets the read on the free ball, and that's going to do it for the first half here on the turf field. Back and forth action, but both teams get on the board. It's going to be 1-1 heading into the half. So we're going to send it to a quick break. We'll be back shortly with some second half action between the Knights and the Bucks. Hello and welcome back to the North Penn High School turf field. We will resume play for some second half action between the North Penn Knights and the Central Bucks. 1-1 the score. Only goals so far scored by number 16 for the Knights, Morgan Reese, and number 9, Taylor Massam for the Bucks. It's been a back and forth game here at the turf field. The Bucks have had put on some heavy pressure, offensive pressure that is, but North Penn has proven to have a strong defense. They're very young, but they're strong so far, looking to hold off the Bucks here in the second half. And so O'Donnell's going to start the second half for the Knights. So now O'Donnell passing out to Pickford along the far side, taken away by the Bucks. And they're going to move up. It's going to be number 25, Alatanda. And the Knights are going to take back over possession as Pickford tries a touch pass over to Crawford. And O'Donnell passing up to the slot. And it goes in off to deflection by Emily Crawford for the Knights. And they're going to take a 2-1 lead here with 29:27 left in the second half. So Fisher was sprawled out trying to make the save, but Crawford just got the deflection on and passed Fisher for an early 2-1 second half lead for the Knights as O'Donnell takes it away there, trying to spring Barrow. They're going to pass it back to Pickford. Fans on the pass going back to Barrow. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. And it looks like the Bucks are going to retake possession, approaching 29 minutes. North Penn now up 2-1. Cleared up to midfield to Massam. Massam works the outside, taken away by Fisher. And the Bucks are going to continue with possession into the slot. Takes the shot, fans on it as it was deflected and taken away by the Knights as they will regain possession with 28:30 left as Reese works the near sideline, pass up to Crawford, stolen by Reichwein. And Reichwein's going to move towards the slot, taken away by O'Donnell. And North Penn's going to continue with possession here. Over to Barrow. And now they're going to turn it back over to the Bucks as they clear it to midfield. Massam can't come up with it, and Faye pokes it free, and Fisher's going to recover it. Fans on the pass, and now the Bucks are going to take possession back. Massam moves towards the slot. Gardese comes out and makes the kick save. Massam gets it by her, but Fisher makes a goal line save for the Knights to keep them up 2-1 with 27:45 left in the second half. So the Bucks continuing play here. They get it free towards the slot, cleared by the Knights, and back into possession of the Bucks. And now Massam gets by one defender. And Now they're going to get a free shot here with 27:10 left, with North Penn up 2-1. Fitzgerald is going to be the one passing it in for the Bucks here with just 27 minutes left. Fitzgerald passing it in over to Reichwein to Massam. The shot is blocked and cleared out by Fisher. Murray had the shot for the Bucks. Taken away by Hahn for the Bucks and cleared back by Fisher. Tipped by O'Donnell. And now worked free by O'Donnell. She's going to get it, but the whistle is blown and taken back by the Bucks. 26:26 left on the clock as Reichwein gets around O'Donnell. Stolen by the Knights there. And he gives a spring pass over to number 8. That's going to be Megan Daniels for the Knights. Scratched at number 7 and Barrow. Goalie comes out, make a sprawling save. And that's going to be a free shot as Fisher took out Barrow to make the save. O'Donnell's going to be the one passing it in for the Knights. North Penn still up 2-1. 25:45 left on the clock. And here's O'Donnell's pass. Gonna pass it to Barrow. Barrow takes the shot. A kick save by Fisher. And North Penn can't hammer it home as it's cleared to the outside. But that's where they recover it and send it towards the slot. Deflected up. O'Donnell's in the area. And it's going to be Fitzgerald clearing it out of bounds for the Bucks. So North Penn resuming action here, passing over to number 7. That's Barrow. Now the Knights are going to turn it over to the Bucks. Just under 25 minutes left on the clock. North Penn still up 2-1 as the Bucks resume play along the far sideline. And the pass is going to roll out of bounds, and North Penn's going to take over with Daniels along the far sideline. She's going to pass it back to Faye. Faye can't come up with it. And Fisher makes another great defensive play for the Knights. It would have been a breakaway for Massam. She already has 1 goal in the contest, the only goal for the Bucks. But Fisher was there to make the defensive save as she passes it up to Barrow. Now springing O'Donnell. O'Donnell's working the outside. She has Crawford in the slot. Nifty stick work there. Now gets a pass to the slot. And just a misread by her teammates. And it's going to roll out of bounds. And the Bucks are going to retake possession with 24 minutes. North Penn still up 2-1. Miller Russo is going to resume play here for the Bucks. Nearly stolen by O'Donnell. She gets the pass over to Reichwein though. And now stolen by the Knights. And O'Donnell's going to take the shot. Actually, he's going to pass it over to Barrow in the slot. Turnaround shot and deflected just wide of the net. Pickford was almost there for the tap-in goal, but it was just deflected out of her reach and out of bounds. Kelly's going to resume play here for the Knights. The pass is deflected, and North Penn will continue with possession. It's going to be Scanlon resuming play for the Knights, passing down to Barrow. Pass into the slot and nearly deflected into the net, but it goes out of bounds, and the Bucks will take over with 23 minutes left in the second half. And now Crawford takes over for the Knights, stolen by the Bucks, and the Bucks will continue possession after the blown whistle. 22:45 as Miller Russo looks to resume play for the Bucks. Now Miller Russo, her pass is deflected out of bounds once again by O'Donnell. And we'll try it again. Now Fitzgerald's going to pass it in for the Bucks. Fitzgerald skies a pass over to Reichwein. Reichwein had been trouble controlling it, and she's going to turn it over to Kelly. But the whistle's blown, and the Bucks will continue possession. Reichwein going to pass it down the field. And no one's there for the pass to North Penn, but now take over with just under 22 minutes left in the second half. Good give and go there as North Penn approaches midfield. Looks like that's Varilla along the far sideline. The Bucks take it over. Pickford sends it down low. It's going to be Varilla catching up to it for the Knights. Sending it into Barrow, and a sliding kick save by Fisher. And it's going to go out of bounds, and it looks like North Penn's going to continue possession here. That was Fisher's 9th save of the contest. And Pickford's going to pass it over, and out of bounds it goes. So now the Bucks are going to retake possession here with 21 minutes left in the second half. As I was saying, that kick save was Fisher's 9th save of the contest, only letting in 2. So 9 saves of 11 shots. Pretty good so far. Just 2 laps so far. Anissa Gardisi has had 8 saves, only 1 goal let in. As play continues along the far sideline. 2 evenly matched teams, evenly matched game here. Just North Penn holds a shallow 1-goal lead here with 20:30 left on the clock. The Bucks continue possession along the far sideline. And Emma Schuss along the far sideline is going to continue play. And now North Penn's going to take it over. A lob pass has nobody home, and the Bucks take it back as they're in their own defensive zone. Nearing the near sideline. Gets around 1 defender. It's number 15, Dundas, turning it over, though, as she crosses North Penn territory. Quick pass over to Crawford. And North Penn's going to continue. The Bucks are going to continue with possession. Miller Russo is going to pass it in for the Bucks. Immediately taken away by Crawford. Tries a spring pass for O'Donnell, but O'Donnell can't catch up to it. Reichwein's in. Gets it instead, but O'Donnell pokes it free for the Knights as she goes into the slot. Reichwein trying to catch up with her, sends a pass into the slot rather, and then kicked free and hit out of bounds by the Bucks. So North Penn is going to continue possession with number 16, Megan Reese. Scratch that, Morgan Reese hitting it in to O'Donnell. O'Donnell, a no-look pass over to Crawford. Crawford working into the inside, over to Reese. Reese going to send a shot into the slot, but it's deflected out of bounds and out of play with 18:54 left on the second half clock. So North Penn continuing to play. Reese has it for North Penn, passing over to Crawford. That's going to go out of bounds, and North Penn's going to continue play here with possession as it's going to be Reese passing it in for the Knights. And it's going to be hit out of bounds once again off the deflection. But we have a timeout called by the Knights with 18:18 left on the clock. North Penn still up 2-1. Off the early goal by Morgan Reese. Scratch at Emily Crawford to start the second half. So North Penn had a lot of pressure there, being held off by the Bucks defense. But they are a team that want to get their season on a roll, 0-2 as we mentioned. Really trying to get a win here. It'd be huge to knock off the Bucks. and give the Bucks their first loss of the season. Right now, they're winning 2-1. We'll see the end result of this game as we have 18 minutes and 18 seconds left in the second half. So now both teams retaking the field. Looks like it will be North Penn possession to start. Correction, the Bucks are going to start with it with Casey Murray resuming play for the Bucks. Her pass deflected by Reese, taken over by Crawford. Crawford sends it to the slot to Barrow. And that's where the Bucks are going to take over after the whistle, as Murray passing it forward to number 11. That's going to be DeAnglis. And now North Penn's going to retake possession. It's going to be Rachel Fisher, but her pass is deflected. She takes it right back, and Reese is going to regather from North Penn. Stolen again by the Bucks and sent downfield, where we have back and forth play. Stolen back by the Knights. And now it's going to be Alatonda taking it upfield for the Bucks. Passing over to Bunch. Stolen by the Knights, but taken right back by the Bucks. Quick shot on net, and it's gonna slip into the goal, but it looks like the play was already blown dead. With 17:17 left on the clock, North Penn still up 2-1 as North Penn resumes play. And now Reese passes it up, stolen by Reichwein. And North Penn, scratch that. Bucks are going to continue, but stolen by Crawford and the Knights, and taken right back by the Bucks. Moving upfield is Fitzgerald. Now poked out of bounds, and the Bucks will continue play. 16:40 left on the clock. 2-1 still the score, with the Knights in the lead. And a pass into the slot deflected, and Gardizzi has another save as the shot was on net. Her 9th save of the contest. And North Penn's going to retake possession here with 16:20 left in this game. And now the pass upfield by the Knights, stolen by the Bucks. That's number 8 taking it back, Megan Daniels taking it back for the Knights. And she's going to resume play here for the Knights. She roofs a pass downfield, intended for Barrow. She gets through the defender's legs and upfield rather. Passing over to Varilla, and North Penn has a 2-on-1. It's Barrow and Crawford. And now the Bucks catch back up, and the play is going to shift towards midfield after the clear by the Bucks as Kelly retakes it, gets around one defender. She's going to pass over to Varilla, and she can't catch it before it goes out of play. And so the Bucks are going to retake possession here with 15:25 left in this game. And Daniels takes it away from the Bucks. Pass over to the far sideline. And North Penn's going to continue possession. That's number 23, Scanlon. And now the Bucks are going to take it back over It's going to be Massam resuming play for the Bucks. Over to Alejandra. Pass along the far sideline to Bunch. Should move along the far sideline. Passing it into the slot. Deflected by Daniels. And now whistle blown, and North Penn's going to take over possession. Scratch that. The Bucks are going to continue possession as they send a pass over to Reichwein in the slot. Gardisi comes out of the net to make the stop. And now they're going to have a free shot here with 14:25 left in this game. Now we just have a timeout on the field as we have a equipment problem with the goaltender. Looks like we all have it all settled out. And Massam's going to resume play for the Bucks. Pass it out to Reichwein. Takes the shot. And it's just going to sail wide and out of play. So North Penn's going to take over possession. It looks like they're going to have Kelly start it back up with 13:53 left in this game. Pass over to Fisher. Fisher's pass is deflected, but North Penn's going to continue with possession. So Fisher passing over to the near sideline to Crawford. Crawford's going to continue play for the Knights. And North Penn's going to still continue play. O'Donnell's going to clear it all the way to midfield and taken back by the Bucks. Miller Russo is going to pass it over to Fitzgerald as she moves upfield over to Massam. Massam has a one-on-one situation, takes a shot, and blocked by Fisher. Another good defensive play by Rachel Fisher. As we approach the 13-minute mark, another free shot for the Bucks. And now Fitzgerald passing it in for the Bucks over to Massam. Takes the shot. And Fisher clears it out once again. It would have been a tip-in goal for Fitzgerald, but Fisher came in and another good, solid defensive play by her. Another shot. And Fisher right there again to clear it away. Now Reichwein takes a shot. Kick save by Gardisi. It's in the slot. Gardisi's right back up to make another save. And now North Penn's going to take over possession. Exhilarating action in front of North Penn's net. But North Penn stays strong. The defensive core stays strong. And Gardisi comes up with two huge saves to keep them with a one-goal lead. As now the turnaround by Alejandra to keep Bucks with the possession. They're going to leave it off for Fitzgerald. Passes into the slot. And now Massam has it for the Bucks. Weaves her way through the defense. And Kelly comes up with the save, clearing it out. And it's a race to the line. O'Donnell can't catch up to it. So CB West is going to take over. Looks like it's going to be number 28, Miller Russo, who continues play here for the Bucks. 11:40 left on the clock. Pass over to Fisher, takes it away. And now they send it into the slot. Over to Reichwein, takes the shot. And it goes right into the net. So it ties this game up. Correction. It was taken over by North Penn. This was a dead play, so North Penn still up 2-1, but the Bucks have possession as they send it into the slot. Massam. And CB West is going to continue with possession here as we approach the 11-minute mark. 2-1, North Penn still leads as the previous play was blown dead. It was not a goal. Now they're going to have a corner here for the Bucks. Fitzgerald's going to pass it in once again. Fitzgerald passes it out to Reichwein, takes the shot, deflected up, and out of play. So North Penn's going to take over possession here. Just over 10 minutes left in this game. It looks like we have another timeout called. So with 10:23 left in this game, North Penn still up 2-1, facing some heavy pressure by the Bucks, but their defense and Gardese is holding their ground, still up by 1 goal in this contest. So Gardese has 12 saves in the contest. Fisher has 9 for the Bucks. The only 2 goal scorers so far for the Knights are Reese and Crawford, and Massam has the only goal for the Bucks. As both teams, but the Bucks retake the field first. Still waiting on the Knights. Bucks will have possession here after we come out of timeout. So correction, the Knights are going to take over possession, and Kelly's going to start things off for the Knights. Over to Daniels, passing over to Pickford along the far side, and she's going to lose it to the Bucks. It's going to be Alejandra weaving through the defense. Kelly stops her there, and now defensive scrum, and North Penn's going to take over, and Kelly's going to clear it down, and back to the Bucks. And Reichwein's going to continue play. Quick pass is deflected by the Knights. And now Kelly's going to hit it out to the corner where Pickford takes over for the Knights. And now after the whistle, North Penn's going to retake possession here with 9:30 left in this game. 2-1 still the score. Back over to the Bucks. Reichwein has it as she approaches midfield, passing back to number 15, Dundas. And Dundas continues with the possession. And Fisher is going to take over for the Knights. Passing through the legs of the defender up to O'Donnell. And O'Donnell takes it away, but it's blown dead and given back to the Bucks. And Reichwein's going to resume play for the Bucks. And stolen by the Knights. It's going to be Reese passing up to Crawford. Intended the pass, but Reichwein takes it back and sends it back up. But Fisher takes it away. And taken back by Dundas and the Bucks. Now Crawford has it. She's going to send a lead pass over to O'Donnell. O'Donnell trying to catch up with it. Poked free and out of bounds by Reichwein. And North Penn's going to continue with possession with just over 8 minutes left in this game. O'Donnell skies a pass intended for Crawford, and Barrow comes up with it. Tries to get around the defender. She's going to curl back. And now we're going to have a corner with 7:55 left in this game. O'Donnell's going to resume play here for the Knights. Passing out to Pickford. Fans on the pass, but recovered by the Knights and Daniels. Now it's passed over to Kelly. North Penn will continue with possession. Kelly back to Daniels. Good defense by the Bucks. Actually, that was Barrow. Now poked free. Almost out of bounds, but Scanlon comes up with it. Passing over to Crawford. Crawford's pass is intercepted by Reichwein, and now the Bucks are going to continue. Crawford sends it all the way up to midfield, and that's where it's stopped by Daniels, and now sent up to Reese. Reese moving up the near sideline, gives a give-and-go pass to Crawford, who now gives it over to O'Donnell. O'Donnell trips, but Crawford's right there, takes the shot, sprawling save, and a rebound, still saved by Fisher. A loose scrum in front of the net, and scored by North Penn. And North Penn takes a 3-1 lead. Looks like that was Barrow who hammered it home with 6:37 left in this game. So we heard in the pregame Coach McCracken saying North Penn could not connect on their second and third chances. We saw right there Barrow connected on the third chance, and it resulted in a goal to give North Penn now a 3-1 lead over the Central Bucks West Bucks. Now cleared out of play by North Penn, so the Bucks will continue possession. Skies a pass, but no receiver home for the Bucks, and so it's going to be Morgan Reese taking it over for the Knights. Fans on the pass, taken back by Dundas. Now over to number 25, that's Alejandra. Stolen back by Kelly. And Reese is going to take it back for North Penn after the pass from Kelly. Up to Crawford. Crawford's going to clear it up. Intended for O'Donnell, but Reichwein takes it away there. Donald nearly pokes it free, and now she has it rolling up the near sideline. And she's going to lose it, and a diving play to save it. And it's still a live ball, and O'Donnell's going to send it towards the slot. And now the Bucks are going to take it over with 5:30 left in this game. And a timeout called by the Bucks with 5:30 left in the game. So North Penn leading 3-1 after the latest goal scored by Michaela Barrow. They've held CB West scoreless since the 22nd minute of the first half. So they've gone nearly the entire half without letting in a goal. There's been some shots along the way. Gardesi saved 12 of the 13 shots. And that's where we stand at a 3-1 score here at the North Penn High School turf field. So now both teams taking the field, looking to resume play. CB West has some work to do. They have 2 goals to score. North Penn's defense has been strong so far. They'll look to continue that as we approach the final minutes of this game. Reichwein's going to resume play here for the Bucks. Sends a pass downfield, collected by Faney, and now passed over to Daniels. Daniels can't come up with it. It nearly goes out of bounds, but she recovers it just in time, and now the Bucks are going to take over. It looks like it's going to be Fitzgerald taking over for the Bucks. And now she passes over to O'Donnell in the midfield. Passing over to Crawford, but it looks like it's going to roll out of bounds before Crawford can catch up to it. And so it's going to be Miller-Russo resuming play for the Bucks. Miller-Russo's pass goes right out of bounds off of O'Donnell. So North Penn is going to go back on the defensive side as Reichwein continues play for the Bucks. Lifts a pass, and it's deflected by Reese and then given to North Penn as they take over possession. Up to Crawford, taken over by Reichwein, and Crawford gets it through the defender's leg. That was Miller-Russo. Crawford over to O'Donnell, takes the shot, and just wide. That was actually Scanlon, Julia Scanlon with the shot. It just goes wide. North Penn had some numbers there, but they cannot connect as the shot just goes wide. And now Reichwein clears it, taken over by North Penn. It's going to be Verla passing it up. It's going to be Reese. It was the intended receiver, but cleared back by Miller-Russo. And Fisher comes in to save the play for the Knights. She's going to continue possession in the corner. And now North Penn continue possession here. It's going to be O'Donnell who's going to pass it in for the Knights. O'Donnell passing it back to Fisher. That's going to be over to Kelly, but she can't come up with it. It's going to go the other way with the Bucks. And so now the Bucks continue with possession. Alatandra with 3:15 left. And now North Penn's going to take it back over after the whistle. They lift the pass into the bench of North Penn. That was Daniels. And now they're going to turn it right back over to the Bucks. Under 3 minutes to go in this game. North Penn still leads 3-1. The Bucks will continue play after the whistle. And they'll still continue play. That's number 23, Casey Murray, passing it back now. And they go over midfield, deflected by the Knights, and O'Donnell's going to come up with it. Leads a lead pass over to Crawford, and Miller-Russo can't come up, pokes it free and comes up with it. And Scanlon pokes it back into the zone. 2:20 left on the clock. Miller-Russo clears it down. Now it's over to Massive. She already has one goal in the contest, and Faney comes up with a defensive play. And now they're going to have a corner. A neck-and-neck race for possession between Faney and Massam. And Faney comes up with it, but commits a penalty in the process, so they'll have a corner here. Just under 2 minutes left in this game, and North Penn still leads 3-1. Now Fitzgerald passing it out to Reichwein. She takes the shot, deflected up, and it's going to go in off the deflection. And that's Reichwein getting this game back to a 3-2 score with 1:42 left in this game. This now O'Donnell passing over to Barrow. Stolen by Massam, and that's now CB West is going to take over possession. And now Reese has it near the near sideline. Stood up by the defense. And the Bucks are going to take it back. Passing back over to Reichwein. Reichwein passing over to number 23, Murray. Now she's going to send it into the North Penn area. And the Bucks will continue play here as we approach the 1 minute point. 3-2 the score. North Penn still in the lead as Murray sends it deep over to Massam. Massam gets it by one defender, takes the shot, and just wide of the net, looking for a tip-in goal. That was Julia Bunch, who was at the crease but could not connect. And so North Penn's going to take it over. It's going to be Kelly who has it for the Knights as we approach 45 seconds. Kelly passing over to Daniels. Daniels passing to Scanlon. Scanlon buying some time over on the far sideline. We're down under 30 seconds. And now North Penn's going to take over possession as we approach 20 seconds in this game. One goal separates the Knights and the Bucks as now the Bucks take possession back. And it's going to be Murray who has it once again. She clears it down, but deflected by Barrow, and North Penn looks to move down. She failed clear attempt, stood up by Reichwein, and Reichwein tries to send it deep, but taken back by the Knights. And now O'Donnell has it, and that's going to be your game. North Penn comes out on top 3-2 and takes this game from the Bucks. So North Penn gets their first victory of the season. They're now 1-2 on the season. In the process, they also give the Bucks their first loss of the season. They now fall to 3-1. A great game here at the turf field. Neck and neck action for much of the game, and some exhilarating action as we approach the final minutes as the game got in between one goal of a difference. Gardisi had 12 saves in the contest. Fisher had 10. Goals scored by North Penn was by Morgan Reese, Michaela Barrow, and Emily Crawford. Goals by the Bucks were scored by Massam and Reichwein. So that's your final score here, 3-2. North Penn takes it and improves to 1-2 on the season. The Bucks fall to 3-1 here on the turf field. So that's going to do it here. We hope you enjoyed our coverage of North Penn versus the Bucks. For the entire North Penn television crew, I'm Jake Globrack, and as always, go Knights.